My next guest came to the U.S. from Guatemala as a teenager and built a career telling stories that celebrate Latino culture and identity. From the viral success of Millennial Lotería to his children's imprint, Sí Sabo Kids, Mike Alfaro is now helping the next generation to learn English and Spanish through the power of play with his latest books, Goal, a bilingual book of soccer, and The Unbreakable Piñata. Good morning.
Good morning, and a wonderful, wonderful pronunciation of the book name. That's how I want it to be said.
Oh, yeah,
Goal!
yes, like goal. We love that. All right, your early life, as I mentioned, born in Guatemala, you came to the U.S. as a teen. A little bit softer entry because you were in Southern California, L.A., where we know Spanish is spoken there as well. But do you remember those early years of trying to negotiate coming from a whole other country and then dealing with a new language?
Yes, I mean, I came to Orange County specifically, so it was not very Spanish speaking when
Ah.
I came to the United States. When I moved to LA, I really found a lot of a bigger community of Spanish speakers. Um, but it was just one of those things where I found my parents always told me that I needed to learn a second language because it would open up the door to the world to me, and that I found that so true, and I want that to continue with the next generation, especially my daughter, and that's why these books I really, oh my God, that picture.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, that was me in Guatemala, guys.
Yeah,
I definitely had a glow up. I
yeah,
don't know where you got that from.
you're muy guapo right now, very handsome man right now. But when you talk about Spanish speakers, and sometimes people get confused and they think when you say I speak Spanish, oh, everybody's Mexican. Well, no, there's different countries that speak Spanish. You were Guatemalan, so for even kind of segueing between cultures underneath the same umbrella.
Yes, I mean, even in Spanish, countries that are next to each other have different words for the same sort of things. And in Spanish, not everybody's speaking the same way. There's different cadence. And so I think for me, it's really, I try to teach a basic sort of Spanish for everyone you can teach through my books. And then incorporating a little bit of that sazon, of that humor that comes from Latino culture into everything that I do in my books.
Yeah. I moved from Taipei, Taiwan to San Antonio, and I moved at a time where I remember my friends would speak Spanish in the home, and then when we go out, I turn to them and I say, "Okay, say it in Spanish for me," because I thought another language was just so fun for me, having grown up around kids who spoke several different languages. And my friends would look at me and say, "We're not allowed to do that." We've changed that. Your parents actually encourage you to understand and appreciate both the languages.
Yes, and I think there's so many parents out there, especially Latino parents, that want their children to learn Spanish, to grow up with that experience of learning a second language, learning both languages. But because there's a lot of Latino parents out there that didn't get that growing in the United States, and they themselves may not speak Spanish, because they grew up in the United States or for whatever reason they did not learn Spanish. They want to pass that on to their children, and these books are designed specifically to help parents who don't speak Spanish teach their kids Spanish. And I think that's a big gap in the market that I found, that there's a big need for this kind of material out there for people who want their children to speak Spanish, but they don't necessarily can do it themselves.
Yeah, and getting out that message and getting out messages is something that is in your background with your education degree in public relations and advertising. You discovered the power of culture-driven storytelling, and you did campaigns for big companies, national brands like Walt Disney Studios, McDonald's, Apple, Pringles, Walmart, Target, Disney parks, all of that. But you made cultural experiences engaging in that content that you did.
Yeah, I mean, what I found from any industry that I've really worked in, from the advertising industry to the book publishing industry to now content creator industry, I just see that representation for Latinos is so needed in every part of the industry. And that's what I can do. I can bring my specific brand of humor and flavor and fun to the conversation. And I think that's what we want. We want representation across the board. And I hope these books bring it to people.
Yeah, your humor, flavor, fun was seen in Millennial Lotería. How did that come about?
Yeah, that was just an art project. Millennial, if you don't know about that, it's based on a very popular Latino game. People call it Mexican bingo a lot of the times. But in fact, bingo is American Loteria. So this is a project that I started to develop where I showcase modern moments of being a Latino here in the United States. And I think people really connected to it, and it kind of became this big thing. And we started selling at Walmart, at Target, and it's just a big just an art project that sort of connected with a lot of people out there.
Yeah, it's super cool. All right. Becoming a father, as you touched on earlier, kind of dictated your next course of really focusing on these books.
Yeah, I mean, just being a dad really made me see that there was a need for these kind of books, and I wanted my daughter to. And again, a lot of stuff is inspired by her. I have this book called The Unbreakable Piñata, inspired by a piñata that we just can't break at our house because she loves it so much. We have Gol, a book about the World Soccer Tournament that's learning about soccer. And I think it's a very special time for a book like this to be out there, because a lot of parents want their kids to learn soccer in Spanish so that they can listen to the announcements in Spanish. That's a great way to learn, and there's nothing like listening to soccer in Spanish. It is amazing.
Yeah. It's funny because I would listen to it and get every other word, but you're right. It is amazing. I listen to Latin music all the time, and I'll find corazon. I know that word, right? But it's just there's something lyrical about it to me. All right. The Unbreakable Piñata is not just a book, though. It's very interactive.
Yes, it is a book that you can shake. The kids are supposed to shake it, spin it, hit it. It is trying to break this piñata that just won't break. And spoiler alert, it is a pop-up book at the end. So there is some, you do get the satisfaction, but I don't want to tell you how it does it. But yeah, it's a really fun book to teach kids Spanish action words like sacúdela, which means shake it, or pégale, which means hit it, and just action words that kids can use in everyday life.
Well, let me just say thank you so much for joining us. Muchas gracias. I love this idea of promoting the positive side of culture, because as we know, over the years, oftentimes we will see the negative images, and that's not what defines us.
Exactly. Thank you very much for this representation and allowing me to share this with your audience.
De nada.
Gracias.
All right. You can purchase your copies of Gol, a bilingual book of soccer, The Unbreakable Piñata, and other titles from the Sí Sabo Kids series wherever books are sold.